Welcome back to another episode of War in Cali. In this episode, I'm going to talk about the war between Ghost Town and the Acorn projects. Now, I did this episode before, but with YouTube guidelines, it forced me to redo this episode. But let's get into it. Now, Oakland has a long history of gangsters and street activity, always being ranked as one of the most dangerous places in the country. Oakland is broke up into three sides: North, East, and West Oakland. And these three sides have a lot of gang activity and killers all throughout the city. Unlike many places in California, Oakland's black gang members don't bang Crip or Blood, but instead are broke up into different crews and alliances, like Stubby and Case, which are cliques in Oakland that most of the hoods in the town are aligned to. Case and Stubby are big rivals, so any hoods under those branches are a major part of the crime rate in Oakland. Takes me to West Oakland, where Acorn projects and their rival Ghost Town reside. Both these gangs are associated with either Case or Stubby, making them automatic rivals, but it's deeper than that. Worst thing about this beef, these two gangs used to be cool. With the streets like in most gang wars around the world, something always happens to ruin peace between gangs. Now, the Acorn projects were the first major project in Oakland, being constructed in the 1960s. Building the Acorn projects was not a good thing for that already existing community. It left 9,000 people without homes and demolished almost everything in that community, from businesses and nearby job opportunities. This left many of the black residents of the newly built Acorn projects without much hope. This would bring the future of the Acorn projects into what you see today: a lot of violence, killings, robbery, and drug dealing, and also poverty. Now, Ghost Town was always a dangerous area in West Oakland, with a lot of violence going on, and there's many theories on how Ghost Town got their name, but with the high number of deaths and shootings, this is probably one of the reasons why. By the early 2000s, the beef for Ghost Town and Acorn will be in full-fledged, with many prominent members getting into altercations with each other, and this became a deadly war. But with that being said, let's get into some cases. On the morning of June 30th, 2006, Jermel from Ghost Town would get into an altercation with Wendell from Acorn. Later that day, police would hear about 30 shots and see a car fleeing from the scene. The police would chase the car, but they would lose it. Jermel would only be shot in the leg, and it would take 2 years for somebody to come forth with information about the shooting. A man named Acorn would tell the police that Acorn members Elijah and the notorious Mac Blast were in on the shooting. Now, Mac Blast is one of the most known and respected individuals coming out that Acorn area, known for a lot of things in the streets, but to the world, Mac Blast became known for being a part of the Hood to Hood DVD Oakland segment. Like many people, this was the first time I heard of him, and his personality and leadership qualities made him a lasting impact on the viewers of the DVD. Hood to Hood DVDs were a major thing back in the early 2000s, showing hoods all across the country, but being on this would backfire on Mac Blast and put him and the Acorn projects on the radar more than ever before.
They went to the spiritual, you know what I mean? With my spiritual mob advisors now.
We the only projects in Oakland. We ain't talking about no villages or nothing. We talking about the projects, man.
The hood, it look bunk right now because it's hot. I mean, but now, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, what's these buildings behind me, man?
These high rises, man. You know what I mean? You know, it's all Acorn, though. You feel what I'm saying? Acorn the dominant force around here. Everything around here come up under that Felix Mitchell Act, man. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all seen the documentary. Felix was from down here, you feel what I'm saying? And everything is about that mob, man. Everything is about, man, of business, man. Thinking, you feel what I'm saying? Doing what they gotta do. You know what I mean?
Now we gonna take.
By 2008, Jermel, the shooting victim, he would be in jail, and police would interview him. He would tell the police Acorn and Ghost Town were cool until the day he was shot. He would mention the shooters were Elijah and Mac Blast, and that they were from Acorn. Jermel would later get out of jail, and he would later be killed before Elijah and Mac Blast could ever be convicted for shooting him. 2008, the police did a raid of Mac Blast and over 50 Acorn members. This raid was called Operation Nutcracker. This was a 3-month investigation with 400 officers and 17 different agencies to bring down the gang. This raid was so massive, a lot of members are still in jail to this day. This raid was based off of 40 shootings in 3 years and a large drug operation. Mac Blast would take a lot of heat and be deemed the leader of the Acorn projects by the police. He would be wiretapped, and the Hood to Hood DVD, his cell phone contacts, and songs he made would be used against him in court. Mac Blast and Elijah will both be charged. Mac Blast's earliest release date is on 2028. He's been seen recently on YouTube giving game and talking about his life experiences. November 20th, 2008, Pooh from Ghost Town would lose his life. He was driving to West Oakland before he was shot and killed. Witnesses would say they heard over 20 shots, and it was 27 exactly. A lot of the shots would hit Pooh in the head. Police will find a cell phone at the scene belonging to an Acorn member named Marcel. Marcel would be picked up and he was questioned. Marcel would later be in an interrogation room, cracking like a dollar hoe, and admit to the shooting, but he later retracted his statement, saying another Acorn member named Warren was responsible for the shooting. Marcel would say he felt scared for his life, so he didn't want to snitch on Warren. But the thing is, Warren would be dead before he ever could be arrested, and Marcel said he didn't feel scared anymore, so he said he admitted that Warren did the shooting. Marcel will also say the driver was a person named Jamie. Marcel thought that goofy-ass lie was going to set him free, but it set him up with a life full of spreads. He got sentenced to 55 years to life. June 6, 2010, a man named James would lose his life. Ghost Town members Ernest, Armand, Jason, and a few females would be driving around trying to buy some weed. As they were driving, they would be driving to an area called the Lower Bottoms. On the way there, they would drive through Acorn. Jason convinced Armand, the driver, to stop because he seen an Acorn member known as Birdman, who he had beef with in the past, with Birdman knocking out his teeth in jail, leaving that boy looking like Christian Rock. Ernest and Jason would hop out and they entered the Acorn projects. They didn't see Birdman, but they seen James, and they would fire multiple shots at him and he would lose his life. A woman who was in the car with the Ghost Town members would tell the police about Jason and Ernest running to the car with guns in their hands, and also how she heard multiple shots. A female witness who was in the Acorn projects at the time of the shooting would tell police what she saw and gave a description of both Ghost Town members. This shooting was also captured on camera, and within 2 days after the shooting, Jason and Ernest would be picked up. Ernest would receive 50 years to life, and Jason would later be acquitted. November 6, 2010, Nario and Ed from Ghost Town were parked in front of the Acorn projects. 3 to 4 men would push up on them, and one of the men was Birdman, the same Birdman from the previous case. Birdman was from Acorn and was a part of the Acorn clique called Gas Team. Another man came out of nowhere with a hoodie on and aired out the car. Both Ed and Nario would be killed from the shooting. Police would find fingerprints on the car, and it was determined to be an Acorn member named Air It Out. Air It Out would tell his girlfriend he did the shooting, and he even told her he did it to prove that he was down for the Gas Team. He would also tell her he told Ed and Nario to leave his hood, and they were running their mouth, so he killed them. She would tell Ed's family, and they told the police. Police would later interview an Acorn member, and he would snitch on Air It Out. He would say Air It Out wasn't supposed to shoot them, but just robbed them and make them leave Acorn. He would even say that Air It Out sold the murder weapon and went to Seattle. Air It Out would later be arrested, and at trial, police would use a song that Air It Out made against him. The song was called Party in the Jets. In the song, Air It Out would be dissing his enemies, repping his hood, and even talking about how he caught bodies. This will all get Air It Out 50 years to life. Now in this new generation, the war is still going on and still going strong, especially with the rap scene in Oakland being heavy on diss songs and several rappers from both sides dissing each other's dead homies and dissing each other's hoods. Just in 2020, Oakland had 109 murders. In 2021, 124. In 2022, 119. So with Oakland being such a small city, these numbers are major. Just off this, it lets you know that Oakland is one of the most dangerous cities in America, and that these gangs are too. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.